Boyd the Broker's back at SmackFest, and wow, this is cool. I've got my neighbor here, Colleen Young, and my gosh, she has more real estate experience than I do, and I thought I was a smart dude. And she's a child prodigy. You were just telling me at 17, you graduated high school. My son's 17, he still's got 2 years left, but then you couldn't even get your real estate license because you were too young. Tell us that story.
That is correct. I got out of high school at 17, and then I started real estate classes when I was 17. I finished real estate classes and passed all my tests. I had to wait a good 4 months in order to get my license because I wasn't 18 until December. So I got my license at 18 in December when I finally was old enough to do it.
You're about to go through a pretty significant remodel. What sort of advice would you be giving people about getting into a remodel? Maybe before you sell it, maybe you're going to keep it, maybe you're going to do anything. What's the advice about getting into something like that?
Remodels are tough. My biggest advice would be, you know what, don't wait and do everything at one time. Try to maintain your property, keep it up if you can. It's a little bit harder when it's an investment property because you have tenants, you can't always get things done until you get them in or out. But it's tough and it's expensive right now. The prices, the inflation has really created a big price increase for us, as far as remodeling, any labor, getting contractors is always a tough thing because they're busy. You got a smaller job, they want to take a bigger job. And also our remodel has been a little bit tricky because we're trying to figure out a water leak that has been happening, and it's happening in the middle unit. So it's a little bit tricky figuring that out. We pretty much have to do a lot of things to make that work and be sure we're putting the money towards what needs to be done and that we cover all bases.
And what about the new rule changes?
The rule changes, don't get me started.
I wanted to get you started. We need some entertaining radio right now, so let's do it.
Okay, well, I won't drop any names, but this state and our governor and some other people just don't love landlords, okay? These rule changes have been coming for a long time. I was calling them out, I want to say a good 5-6 years ago, and Scott said, no, that's not going to happen, and then it happens, and something, else comes up. Landlords are at a disadvantage right now. It's really a big deal, but if you want to start as an investor and you want to buy property, the best place to start is in a multi-unit building. Live there, get a tenant. If you live there, the rules can be a little bit different. You're not a landlord and an investor, and you're just living there and you're renting a place out. You're not subject to all the rules. But there are a lot of rules now, and you have to stay up on it.
That is real deal advice right there from Colleen Young. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you back at the house.
Right across the street, man.
Bye-bye.